Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, creepy friends. Welcome to Slams and Bobs, where I've done virtually nothing all day. I've literally stayed in this room here, in this bed, virtually all day. I have not even brushed my hair. This is how you see it. I literally tied it up earlier, and it's done nothing since. It's been a fabulously lazy day, doing nothing. And I'm still going to do nothing. I've got 2 baskets of washing downstairs that couldn't go out because it was raining. They're soaked. Who cares? It's a lazy day. One thing I did do today, though, was watch another Thunderbirds episode again. This one was as chosen by Alexander Kale. I talk to this guy on Twitter a lot. He's a regular watcher of the stuff on here, the craziness that I go through. And he chose Terror in New York City. Yay! I did not know at the time that this was actually one of my favourite episodes, which is cool. I actually turned it on and went, I know what one this is. Ha! It is the episode where they try to move the Empire State Building and fail spectacularly, despite the fact that there was 10 years worth of build-up to doing it. So the basic of this episode, as I say, is that they're trying to move the Empire State Building. So it starts with Virgil and Scott coming back from a mission, and there's a US Sentinel in it's a submarine, and it doesn't know what the Thunderbird crafts are. It obviously registers their speed, thinks that it has to be treated as hostile because they don't know what it is. It's actually Virgil and Thunderbird 2. They shoot at Virgil. Virgil gets hurt, knocked down. Thunderbird 2 is out of action. And just when they need it most to run to a site, they can't use it. So the site is where they're moving the Empire State Building. I've just realised Ned Tedford from the new series. No Joe, though. This one's called Ned Cook. Ned and Joe work for a broadcasting company, and they also dress like Captain Scarlet. Can I just say, maybe that's where Gerry Anderson got the inspiration for that from. And they're providing coverage. Now, in the last rescue, he tried to take photos. Scott had to chase him and burn the footage. And they're standing there covering the moving of the Empire State Building. I'm losing my way here. And unfortunately, they're told to move, and they don't move quick enough, and the ground opens up, they fall down. The basic idea would be that Thunderbird 2 would go straight down there with Thunderbird 4. Thunderbird 4 would go underneath the water because apparently there's rivers beneath the ground, and this is where they are. Can't do that because obviously Thunderbird 2 is out of action, so Gordon has to meet the Sentinel, and the Sentinel has to drive Gordon all the way there, which takes about 24 hours. It's a long time. Poor old Ned and Joe are down there, very injured, no food, lots of water, and eventually the water's rising. Joe's not dealing with a cold. They can get breathing apparatus down to them, and they do that, but the water's rising quicker and quicker. For the last 2 hours they have to put on the breathing gear. They're slowly running out of air, faster and faster and faster. Scott's obviously working mobile control over there in his little French fry hat, and unfortunately during running mobile control, Scott gets a little bit of bad news, really, that Fulmer Finance is going to go down right over the rescue zone, so Gordon has to make it quick. Poor old Ned and Joe are literally out of there. They're like, help me. They're collapsed. The cold's got to them. I know what that's like. It's horrible. I'm someone who feels the cold quite greatly. They have to swim out so Gordon can find them. Just as Gordon finds them, boom, goes down Fulmer Finance, and then the next shot is set to Ned's show, and in the audience, just as Ned's thanking them for saving him, he doesn't know where they are, there's all 4 brothers, Brains, Jeff, and Grandma Tracy and Tintin, all in the audience just basking in the glory. Ends happy, no one dies. Good episode. It's that traditional thing, again, Virgil Tracy's in danger. It's a Tracy brother in danger, makes us go, that's a great episode. I don't know what it is. I do not know what it is. This is Thunderbird 4's big outing after the show had started. And it was a pretty cool one, to be fair. It's a good way of introducing properly Gordon and Thunderbird 4 to the show. Obviously we had met Gordon before, but we hadn't really met Thunderbird 4 as such. Does anybody feel sorry for that little car sitting outside Fulmer Finance that just gets pummeled to the ground? But then I don't think they thought that through, because you've got the Empire State Building already gone, and you've then got things exploding and big bangs and buildings dropping to the ground, and you've got a car full of petrol sat outside. Surely the authorities just would have gotten rid of that because it's like a big explosion and fire risk, you know? Or is that just me thinking logically? All in all, really enjoyable episode. It's nice to see that really Gordon had the spotlight here and not Scott or Virgil. Because Thunderbird 1 and 2 are used the most, they do tend to get the most spotlight as opposed to Alan and Gordon. I think I've mentioned this to you guys before. I've made my arm bleed by scratching it. I'm going to have to leave that out now and plaster it up in a minute. I think it's mainly memorable because the idea of moving the Empire State Building is pretty silly. And I don't get how you would do that either. You know, how with the foundations and... I don't get it. Good idea though. Good idea for an episode. Good thoughts of Gerry Anderson, you know. Always. I'm now distracted by this because I'm worried it's going to, like, go on my bed. Can you see? Oh, look, there it is, look. It's like a little tiny drip, but I'm worried it's going to drip down my bed. So that was Terror in New York City. Does anybody know where the new Thunderbirds episode's going to be? I thought we were having 13 weeks away, and it seems to have been way more than that. We've got no date of when it's coming back on. This week, they're running through the series again on ITV. I've seen it. They've been running through it on CITV, and there's no new start in sight for when this is coming back. Where are the CGI episodes? Have we not waited long enough? If you've been watching Super Marination's Facebook page, you'll know that they have started work. BBC did a report on it about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. They have started work on the new Thunderbird episodes, the original puppet episodes. And from what I understand, I think there were about 2 or 3 radio broadcasts prior to the release of the episodes like 60 years ago. This is those recordings turned into episodes. Don't hold me to that. I'm pretty sure that that's what it is because I've seen the episodes of Lady Penelope in the Antarctic getting rescued by Scott. They look spectacular. There's a brilliant outtake of the Hood's head just like falling off. I'm really excited to watch those. I am so stoked to watch those. I can't tell you. I think that's just going to be fans everywhere going, it's just every fan's dream, isn't it? To just have these new episodes after all these years. Not that they're going to kind of like take the shine off the CGI, but this is awesome as well. But if anybody knows what date the CGI ones are going to start again, please do tell me or tweet me. I'm waiting like so patiently with nothing. And I want to know where they are. I feel so lost. That is something I have been doing today. I've been starting to reword this. That is the Pretty Reckless's Dear Sister. And it's my text home for a number of reasons. Number one, so I can actually hear it. And number 2, because that song was my alarm clock when I was in China last year, and every time I hear it, it just reminds me of waking up very, very early in hotels in China, and happy memories, you know. I actually have a lot of footage from China, little different videos and excerpts I did. I did a couple of talking videos as well. In the long run, it would be cool if I could do that and kind of do a little video and talk very highly of Wendy Wu because they were wonderful. Tony, our tour guide, was amazing. That was a brilliant trip, and I'm kind of pining for going to China again this year. It's funny. Watching Mulan on Sunday, which is one of my favourite Disney films, if not my favourite, some of the structures there, like the Forbidden City and that as well, and it's like, oh, I visited those places. I had a great time there. Anyway, that was Terror in New York City. I would love to hear from everybody about the next episode you would like me to watch. I can't remember from memory what we've done. I know we've done Fire Flash, we've done Moving Your Dead. Yes, we have done Moving Your Dead. We've done Danger Ocean Deep. We've now done Terror in New York City. I'm sure there was another one in the mix, maybe not. I did say that I was going to try and do this every 2 weekly. I think other things took over in the last few weeks, so it's been like 4 weeks since the last one. I'm sorry about that, other things took over. But never mind, we're all here now, we're all brought together as lovely friends and reunited in our love for puppets and CGI and just Gerry Anderson in general because he's amazing. If you'd like to subscribe down here, please come and visit Twitter and Instagram. I neglect them wholeheartedly all the time. I do need to be part of them more and I'm sorry that I'm not. Otherwise, just like the video. I hope you don't dislike it. And I'll see everyone again. This was day 2 of 5 days of fun. I have not decided what I'm going to do tomorrow. I've got one little thing in mind that might be a little bit silly. But let's see where we go. Bye everyone.